Look at this photograph. We are looking out over the ancient rocky town of Tiberias and the massive expanse of the Sea of Galilee. In the first century, this vast lake was the center of commerce and daily life for working men. One evening, after a day spent teaching massive crowds along these shores, Jesus turned to his disciples with a simple instruction: "Let us go to the other side." Notice the vessels here by the shore. The conditions that evening were perfectly calm, but these shallow wooden rowboats show exactly how vulnerable a crew would be on open water. Jesus was exhausted. As they pushed off from the shore, he made his way to the back, lay down, and immediately fell into a deep sleep. For the first part of the journey, the water remained peaceful. The disciples relaxed, relying on their own years of maritime experience. They felt safe in their routine, unaware that their predictable reality was about to fracture. Without warning, the atmosphere shifted. The sky went black as thick clouds rolled in and severe gale-force winds slammed into the water. The sea became a violent trap. Massive, dark waves started crashing over the sides, and in seconds, the wooden hull began filling with water. Panic set in. These were men who had spent their lives on this lake, yet they were staring at the rising water and realizing they were completely out of options. They were convinced they were about to drown. But inside this sinking, chaotic vessel, there was a jarring contrast. Over the roar of the wind and frantic shouting of the crew, Jesus remained deeply asleep. The disciples were left in a crushing dissonance. They were surrounded by evidence of destruction, while the only person with the power to help them appeared completely silent. Operating on survival instinct, the disciples stumbled toward the back of the flooded boat to wake him. They didn't ask for a miracle. They asked a question born of raw fear. "Master, do you not care that we are perishing?" Jesus woke, and he stood up. He didn't rush. He didn't start bailing water. He moved with a deliberate stillness while the storm raged around them. He turned his attention away from the panicked men and looked directly into the violent, roaring elements. His lack of fear in the face of certain death suggested an authority that didn't follow the rules of human survival. Over the howl of the wind, he spoke 3 words directly to the sea: "Peace, be still." The physical environment responded instantly. The gale-force winds died mid-howl, and the massive churning waves snapped flat into a mirror of glass. A heavy silence fell over the boat. The water was completely still, and the catastrophic storm simply vanished. The disciples were left in a state of trembling shock. They looked at each other and asked, "Who is this man that even the wind and the sea obey him?" In that moment, their understanding of Jesus changed. They realized they weren't just sitting in a boat with a teacher. They were standing before the creator of the natural world. In the quiet aftermath, Jesus asked them 2 questions: why they were so afraid and where their faith had gone. In life, storms will come. Problems, fear, and uncertainty will appear suddenly, just like that storm. Our reaction often mirrors the men in that boat. When our stability fractures, we assume we are alone, and we wonder why the silence of God feels so heavy. Real peace isn't found by fixing the weather or regaining control over a situation that was always out of our hands. It is found by deciding where to place our trust. The same power that silenced the waves of Galilee can bring stillness to a panicked heart today. Often, the peace arrives long before the storm outside even passes.